What's up YouTube? Anthony coming in with another video this week. So in this week's video I'm going to talk about sea shipping, my second item, and I'm going to talk about wire transferring your supplier funds, and lastly I'm going to talk about a hijacker who won't leave my listing, and I'm going to show you my sales as a result of dealing with these hijackers weekly now because I made it on first page for multiple keywords. But stay tuned for the video and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching.
The people who took this one action every single day were the ones who achieved their goals and dreams.
Okay, so first I want to talk about my second item via sea shipping. So I paid for shipping today. It was $1,590. Did I pay PayPal or Trade Assurance Alibaba or any of that? No, I paid wire transfer. Now, should you wire transfer? No. If you don't have experience with wire transferring, don't do it. It was actually a pretty big headache to do wire transfer, and I really wish I would have just went with PayPal to the supplier, paid the extra fee, but I trust my agent, and the reason I did wire transfer is because I have close friends who have worked with this agent before, and they all wire transfer, and they trust them, and I'm trusting them, and everything's going good so far, no complaints. The only downside so far in the sea shipping that it's going to be about 30 days until my item gets to Amazon, so that's the only downside I'm noticing with the sea shipping. And so the price I paid for my goods, I paid $3,300 on Trade Assurance Alibaba. I made that payment, and then my next payment that I did today was $1,590. Now I'll tell you this, if you ever wire transfer and you learn it and you have a good understanding before you do it, now if you don't trust the person you're wire transferring, don't do it. If you don't trust the sourcing company you're working with, don't do it. But for me, it was more of a pain in the ass to do because, one, I have two banks. I have a business account and I have a regular checking account, a regular personal account. And my smaller bank, they only do domestic transactions. So I had to go over to my big bank. They can do international wire transactions. So that was a big plus for me. The only downside, it was about 35-minute drive away from the house. So I went, got that taken care of, and made the payment, and I contacted my agent today, and everything's looking good. I'm going to keep everybody updated on that. So the other topic to me is actually more important, how my sales have been affected by a hijacker. Like I said a few minutes ago, I'm on the first page for multiple keywords in a competitive niche. Typically, when you send a letter to someone selling on your listing, they typically leave immediately. For me, I found when I send them a letter, within 24 hours they're off my listing. So now let me tell you what happened, a short story with Amazon with getting this hijacker off. So if you need to do this, copy the steps I did. So I sent my initial letter stating that I am the brand owner, and I did there's so many template emails out there. Just Google hijacker template, you'll find one. Jungle Scott's got some. Whoever's training you, your mentor, they'll have a hijacking template you can send to people. And so I did that first step. Listen to what this guy said to me. This guy told me that I didn't own the trademark on the name and he was going to keep selling, and because of this hijacker, now how I drive traffic mostly to my Amazon sales is through Facebook ads. So a lot of my advertising that I had been doing, I had to put everything on hold just because when hijackers come onto my listing and they're trying to take the buy box, I've been dropping my my price by 1 penny so I can win the buy box. That's one tactic you can do. But anyways, this seller told me he was going to keep selling my item or keep selling a lookalike item of mine. So I did two steps, and the two steps I did was, one, I ordered his product. Reason being is I'm going to take a side-by-side picture showing Amazon that this person is clearly not selling my product, and I'm going to show Amazon his product, my product. Now this is the most critical part that you need to do, and I spent 3 hours on the phone with Amazon today. Now I'm going to save you the short term. Contact your manufacturer and ask them for a letter stating that you're authorized to sell the item that you're selling. So that being said, I contacted my manufacturer. They provided a letter stating that I'm authorized, my brand is authorized to sell that item. So now I have proof with Amazon. Now keep in mind, now this is the results that happened when I called Amazon. I spoke to two different low-level agents on Amazon. They both just told me some basic BS to fill out a report on Amazon. That didn't help me, so I kept thinking, what am I going to do? The thing about being an entrepreneur is taking massive action. It was making me so mad that this guy was selling on my listing. So I contacted Amazon again, and I asked to speak to a manager. When I made it on the phone with that manager, I asked that manager to connect me to their manager. And I know that sounds crazy, but when someone's on your listing and they're taking sales from you, you're going to be pretty pissed off. So I spoke with the manager's manager on the issue, and this manager actually, well, I guess senior manager, took a lot more action to help me fight this hijacker. She let me know that she actually has friends who sell on Amazon, and she understands completely about dealing with hijackers. So she filed a report against that person, stating that they don't have authorization to sell on that. So what she let me know, the results are going to be that they're going to contact that seller. And I looked at his seller store. He's hijacking a ton of other items out there, but no one's probably taking action like I am, because he's still hijacking their items. So they're going to contact him. And she said with her experience in the past dealing with situations like these, he's going to more than likely leave my listing. Also, Amazon's very strict on issues like this, so potentially he could get his store shut down. To me, that'd be beneficial, but whatever happens will happen. And what I know I'm doing is I have my proof, I have my item, I have his item, I have pictures, I have my email ready, I have my manufacturer's authorization letter stating that my brand has permission to sell the item, and he won't be able to match me on either of those, with the pictures, with having the authorization. So I know this is win-win for me, and I just wanted to keep you guys updated on that, because the hijacker had affected my sales, and I'm going to show you my sales right now. Okay, so if you pause the screen and you took a look right there, if you notice my sales, that was Amazon Prime Day, so you can kind of tell, for me, what I have been doing is when these hijackers come and try to hijack my listing, I turn off my Facebook ads. Also, what I'm doing too, you may be wondering, how many sales am I making a day? So when these hijackers hop on my listing and I'm fighting and emailing them, because typically I notice when a hijacker comes on my listing, I'm getting about 2 to 5 sales, actually 2 to 5 sales a day when a hijacker comes on my listing. And when I have no hijacker on my listing and I'm running Facebook ads and I'm running outside traffic to my Amazon listing, I'm getting between 10 to 20 sales a day. So as you can see, I'm pretty aggravated dealing with the hijackers on Amazon, but it comes with the territory on dealing with this. But a last note tip on that. So the representative I spoke to on the phone, they let me know that for future reference, because I had that letter stating from my manufacturer that I am the authorized person to sell this item, if someone tries to come on my listing after this case is done in the future, they're going to have to request permission from me to sell under my listing, stated by the Amazon representative. I'm not sure how 100% accurate that is, but that's what the manager told me that would happen in the future after this case is handled. I always ask a lot of questions when I'm on the phone with the high-level members on Amazon, because it's rare to get the high-level members. Usually when you call Amazon, you're talking to someone who's just going to talk you through how to set up your listing, or just basic support. So if you have more questions with Amazon, selling on Amazon, don't be hesitant to call Amazon and ask for answers. I always ask Amazon hypothetical situation questions, as in, well, if this happens, then what if this happens? I want to be ready for anything, and I need more knowledge on it, and I ask, and I learn, and I implement. That's a major update going on with me. I showed you my sales. They've been affected by the hijackers, so typically I notice when these hijackers, they hop on your listing, they hop in flocks. They hop in like 3 to 5 people at a time, so I don't know if that's uncommon for me or if it happens to you guys. So if you have experience dealing with these hijackers, I took massive action, but if you have any tips or any advice for me or people in the comments below, leave a comment below and let me know how you're handling your hijackers, or if you have any questions for me, maybe I can give you some insight on a couple more tactics that I'm doing to fight the hijackers off. But I kind of went over a few basic principles in the video already, but I appreciate if you made it to the end. Hey, I just want to say I appreciate you guys watching my videos, watching my channel. I hope I'm giving a lot of value on my journey, documenting it. And hey, thanks for watching. You guys have a good weekend. Have a good night.
There is nothing we cannot do. It's really a matter of setting a focused goal, because without a target, you'll miss it every time. Picking a target and then picking the steps along the way and realizing that all the resources, all the capital, all the expertise is there. But ultimately, it's only going to be tapped if that target is in your heart and your soul.